Yes. In my previous lecture, I screen visible to all of you, right?
Okay, Vandana,
Yes, sir.
can you tell me what kind of biasing you used here?
Sir, we have used collector to base bias.
We have already then the central classification I told you about like modeling,
Okay, so since the arrow mark is inwards, this is an NPN transistor we are having. Sorry, PNP transistor we are
PNP,
having.
sir.
So it is a PNP transistor since the arrow mark is inward, and they have given the different values for this. So 2.2 kilo ohm. So it is minus 18 volt. Now the voltage between this collector and emitter is VCE, and the voltage between this collector and this ground is, what is the voltage between this collector and ground?
It will be same as VBE, sir.
No, it's the collector voltage. When you measure, you take a multimeter and put one of the terminal here and the other knob here. I mean, other terminal here. So what you'll get? Collector voltage you'll get. But if you measure between these two, you'll be getting, if you measure between these two, the positive, uh, the terminal of the multimeter will be connected here, negative will be connected here. So during that time, what is the voltage between these two? What do you call that voltage?
Collector emitter voltage.
Yeah, collector to emitter voltage VCE. But when the same we are measuring between the collector and this base, then it is collector voltage,
Base voltage.
because here it takes the difference between this voltage and 0. VC minus 0 is VC only. That's why. Now, coming to the finding out the different values. So we'll apply the KVL to this particular loop. And we know that this is PNP transistor. So where the directional will be in the opposite. So here you can see IE is moving upwards. Here also IC is moving upwards. So now what will be the equation for this? And here also, what is this terminal made up of now? Is this is base, but it is made up of what?
P-type layer.
P-type layer in NPN, sorry, PNP,
N sir.
N-type, right?
N-type,
N-type,
sir.
sir. Sorry.
It's
Yes.
an N-type material. So now, if you remember in derivations and all, we used to take plus minus, but now it is minus plus. Okay, so start applying KVL from this point. So what will be the first one? Minus VCC, because it is negative, right? Or if you want, you can take it as uh, plus VCC, then you can substitute it. So it is minus VCC. Then coming here, what will you get? Hmm? What is the equation we get here?
So plus RC into IB plus IC.
Hmm. Plus RC plus RC into
IB plus IC
IB plus IC. Then coming
plus
over
RB into IB
coming here
plus VBE plus RE into IE.
okay, IE RE
RE
is equal to
also
0.
0.
This is the equation we are having. Now, if I rearrange this,
How is it plus RC plus RB, sir? Like, how is it positive?
the current is in this direction. Now, and I have told you, entering point is positive, leaving point is negative. But we are taking the loop in this direction. So this is a PNP transistor. In NPN transistor, how we were doing? See the same thing. In NPN transistor, plus VCC, IC, this one is IC. This is in this direction. IB will be in this direction. IE will be in this direction. So we have taken entering point is positive, leaving point is negative. Positive, negative. So there we were taking VCC minus IC, RC, or here IC plus IB into RC minus IB, RB, and coming here minus to plus VBE is equal to 0. This is what we were doing there. But now, how is the direction of the current?
It's opposite. The opposite.
Opposite. So when you apply KVL, the KVL you are applying from negative to positive. What will be when you apply KVL from negative to positive? What will happen? What will happen? What will happen when you take minus to plus?
It will be plus, sir.
All of you understood how we got this equation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now,
Have you studied convolution earlier?
okay. So coming to this, see, there is one thing, that is, either you can take this as negative minus VCC. If you represent minus VCC, then this will be, or you can take it is plus VCC, but it is minus 18. You can do like that, because anyhow you are taking from the power supply only, but it is negative power supply. That is, you are taking minus 18. See, now when you are going to shift this equation, what we will be getting? VCC minus VBE divided. Okay, we'll first simplify this. I'm shifting this to remaining thing RC. So I need to convert all of them in terms of IB. So what I'll do? IB plus beta IB plus RB IB plus, here what is the equation for IE in terms of IB?
1 plus beta into IB.
Or IE is equal to IB plus IC. So that is IB into beta, or that is IB into 1 plus beta. So IB plus IB into beta RE. So now I can take up common in these two. First, IB IB into 1 plus beta into RC plus RE plus RB IB. On this side we are having VCC minus VBE. Now again I can take IB common. It becomes 1 plus beta into RC plus RE plus RB. So VCC minus VBE. So this implies IB is equal to VCC minus VBE divided by IB into 1 plus beta into RC plus RE plus, sorry, IB will not be there, RE. So now is the equation correct? Is the equation correct? VCC minus VBE 1 plus beta RC plus RE plus
Yes, sir.
RE.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we need to substitute the values whatever we have got. So now see VCC we have got minus 18, right? On substitution, what will be getting? On substitution, what you will be getting? Hmm? Hello? Are you substituting? Anybody?
Yes, sir. We're calculating.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, is it 21.39 microamperes?
21,
0.21 microamperes.
0.21. Okay.
So 0. Point,
Hmm.
so I got 21.39 sir, microamperes.
21.39 micrograms. Okay. Anybody got any other answer?
Same answer, sir.
Same answer.
So values are same, but I think just see the decimal point. Answer is correct. 21.3 micrograms is the correct answer. So what about the collector current now? Beta times IB. Just you multiply it. What is the value? When you multiply, what is beta value? Beta value is 100.
100, sir.
When you multiply with
2.1 milliamp.
213.9 milliamps.
2.13 milliamp.
2.13.
2.13. So let's see when this is the answer we are getting for collector current. Now what is the next part we need to do? What they have asked in the question, we need to find
Sir, here VB value, what should we take, sir?
0.7 only.
Points.
They are told no silicon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So now the next step is apply. You need to find the VC value. Can we find out VC value directly from here?
No, sir, you have to apply KVL to the collector circuit.
Yeah, we need to apply the KVL to the collector circuit. But before applying KVL to the collector circuit, we need to know what is VCE, right? So in order to find the VCE, we need to apply the KVL, obviously. KVL to outer loop or collector circuit. So we get, starting from this point, so what is the equation we will be getting for this?
So you get minus VCC
Minus VCC minus
plus R
per plus
minus
C into RC. RC
sir,
into
RC into IC plus IB
plus IB. Then again
plus VCE,
CCE
yes, sir, VCE
plus
plus IE into RE
RE is equal
equals
to
to 0.
0. So now we even we don't know what is IE. So what we need to do here again, we need to convert this IE in terms of IC. So we minus VCC plus RC into both IC and IB value we know anyhow. We can retain that plus VCE plus anyhow we know it directly is IB into 1 plus beta RE. So we need the equation for VCE. So VCE is equal to VCC minus RC into IC plus IB minus IB into 1 plus beta RE. Now substitute all the values whatever we are having. We have RE value, we have RC value, I value we are having, IB value we are having.
Yeah.
Yes, anybody got the answer?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sir, I got minus 3.9 into 10 power 12.
You got me.
No.
Category I'm talking about. Yes.
Any other answer?
Yes. Any more?
See, one thing you should remember in VCC, when you have already taken minus here, you should not take minus of minus 18. You should take it as 18 only because already you have indicated it as negative.
Yes, why not?
Otherwise, you take this as positive, then you indicate it as minus 18.
Active and passive and other
Either of the one you should do.
two.
Say if you do minus of minus 18, then what happens? It becomes plus VCC only again. So either you take minus here, or if you want, you can take plus here, and then you substitute minus 18 to VCC. Either of the one you should do. So here I have taken minus VCC, then you have to substitute here as 18. That's why to avoid that confusion, I wrote here plus VCC. But still, it is minus VCC. To just avoid the confusion, I wrote it like that. Any other answers? 18 minus RC, we are having 2.2 to the power of 3.
9.39.
9.39. Anybody? Milli or micro?
Milli, sir.
I just got 9.39.
Milli. Okay. Any other answers?
So 9.3.
9.39 milliamps is the correct answer. See, whenever this kind of problems is given, there is a shortcut method to verify your answer. So always remember, VCE, it will be half of VCC. This is what we are going to do even in our lab also. To check whether this transistor is biased properly, we are going to check this possibility. Is 9.39 almost half of VCC?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
answer is correct. You should. So if you are getting somewhat, sorry, it is volt, no. So 9.39 volt. So it should be always half of the VCC value. Can anyone tell me why it should be half of VCC?
So then only it can act like an amplifier. VC is equal to half VC.
When it comes to our VI characteristics, the output characteristics is the Q point. So if the Q point is here, what kind of region you are going to call it as? If the Q point is here, so
Active region.
active
region.
See, this is VCC. This is your VCE value. How much is VCE value compared to VCC?
VCC by 2.
VCC by 2, right? That means if you are getting your if you are getting VCE as half of VCC, that indicates the Q point is in active region. Suppose if you are getting VCE is equal to 17 volt, what does it indicate? Suppose you are getting VCE is equal to 17 volt. What does it indicate?
It's almost
So
in
it is in cutoff
saturation.
region.
It is in a cutoff region. Okay.
Oh yeah,
If
yes, sir.
VCE is equal to C. If you are getting 1 volt, 2 volt, 3 volt, 4 volt, 5 volt, what does it indicate? It is towards 0. When this VCE is towards 0, then it will be in
Saturation region.
saturation region. Okay. This is the shortcut method to verify whether the problem, whatever you have solved, is right or wrong. Okay, you should do. You can verify yourself. It doesn't mean that it will be exactly half of it, and you should not write 9 volt directly. If it is nearby equal, it might be 10 also. It might be 8 also, but it is near to half of that. Okay, now coming back to the next part, VC. Now our next part is VC. So how we are going to find VC now? See, for VBE we are having formula VB minus VE. Similarly, can we have any formula for VCE?
VC minus VE.
Yes, good. VC minus VE. See, the first term comes first, second term comes second. That's it. So VCE we already know. VC we need to find. VE, can we find VE? What is the formula for VE?
IE into RE.
IE into RE. So IE, we know that it is beta into, IB into 1 plus beta. RE. So from this we can find our IE and multiply by RE, you'll be getting your VE. So what is VE? IB into 1 plus beta gives you IE, multiplied by RE, that gives you EE. What is VE?
3.8.
3.8 milliamps. Okay. So now again, you can just cross verify. Is it
Sir,
3.
should it be volts?
Volts?
V, no, sir.
I thought you are telling this one. Okay, you are telling me the final answer. 3.8 volts. So what is your IB into 1 plus beta? How much you got IB into 1 plus beta? Okay, let's move on. VE is equal to 3.8 volt. So VCE we have got, it is 9.39. So I
Sir.
am 3.8. So add this and that you'll be getting your VC. What is VC value?
Sir, IB into 1 plus beta is approximately equals to 2.16 milliamps.
See, that 2.16 is almost equal to
I see, sir.
IC. That's why we tell IE is almost equal to IC. Okay. Now coming back to this VCE, how much? Oh, sorry, VC. How much is the value?
13.19, sir.
How much? 13.
13.19.
13.1.
Okay, 13.19 volt. Fine. So that is what the problem. Okay. Next. Okay, next problem. Design a voltage divider. Design a voltage divider bias circuit. Design a voltage divider by circuit for the following specification. Given that VCC
Could you repeat, sir? Design a voltage divider?
bias circuit for the following specification. For the following specification, VCC is equal to 15 volt, ICQ is equal to 5 milliamps, VCEQ is equal to 7 volts, beta is equal to 150, VBE is equal to 0.7 volt. Draw the design circuit. Draw the designed circuit. So always remember one thing, whenever they ask the question design, that means they're expecting you to find out the value of the resistor. Design means you need to find out the value of resistor. You need to find the value of resistor and then you have to draw the circuit at the end. So now VCC is given, IC is given, beta is given. So from IC we can find out IB. But in order to find out RE, so in order to find RE, what is the equation we are having? Can I write VE by IE?
Yes, sir.
So in order to find RE, I need IE and VE. But since I know IC, I can take approximately IC is approximately equal to IE and I can find out. But I need VE. How can we find out VE?
So from VG, sir.
From VBE. But you don't know what is VB. And also, here in this case, can we find out the condition? I was telling you know whether to apply approximate or accurate analysis. You need to apply.
No, sir, we can't find that yet because we need RE for that.
Yeah, we need RE and we need R2 also. Both are unknown, and we have to find out that
Yes,
also.
sir.
So that's why
Yes,
we
sir.
cannot apply. We cannot verify that. So whenever this kind of question is been given, then what you need to do is you have to assume that VE is 10% of VCC. This is the last uh, the what you can tell is the last way of finding. If you cannot do any other things, so we don't have any other way to find, then you have to go for this. Okay, so and you should not use this 10% of VCC everywhere. Only when it is not possible, when resistor values are not given, and even you cannot find, you cannot get whether we can go for accurate analysis or approximate analysis, then you have to use this one. Not every time. Please remember. Okay, so V is 10% of VCC is the assumptions we are going to do, such that how much we will get VE? It is 1.5 volt. Now, can we find out RE?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, what is RE value? and IE is approximately equal to IC, which is equal to 5 milliamps. So now RE is equal to 1.5 divided by 5 into 10 to the power of minus 3.
300, sir.
Yeah, 300 ohm. So we found one. The next one, still how many we have to find? You need to find R1, R2, RC. These three things we need to find. Now, before going on for R1, R2, can we find out RC? For any voltage divider circuit, on applying KVL to collector circuit, what we get? What is the equation? This is the collector circuit we are having. This is RC, this is RE, IE, IC, VCE. See, VCE is also given, and we know already what is VE. So
minus IC.
equation is VCC minus IC RC, VCE minus IE RE is equal to 0. Now we can find, substitute all the values. Since both are IC is approximately equal to IE, we can take IC into RC plus RE minus VCE is equal to 0. So on shifting, we get RC is equal to VCC minus VCE divided by IC minus RE. So VCC is 15, VCE 7 divided by 5 into 10 to the power of minus 3 minus RE. RE is 300. See here also, this is VCC is 15. See VCE is 7. Nearly half of this VCC. So usually this is what the logic we'll use. Yeah, tell me, what is RC value?
1300
1300.
kilo ohm.
1300. 1300 ohm, that is 1.3 kilo ohm. So now what else we are left out with?
R1 and R2.
Still
R1 and R2, sir.
we need to find out R1, R2. Okay, so to find R1, R2, what is the thing which we should know according to our analysis? Whether it may be accurate or approximate, what we need to know? What's the basic thing? The basic thing is VB, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and now just think, can we apply Thevenin's theorem or can we go for approximate analysis?
So approximate we can't go now, sir, because IB is almost 0.
But we are not taken IB is almost 0 in this case, no?
Yes, sir, but for approximate we take it as IB is almost equal to 0. Sir.
Okay, you can take it. But in this case, should we go for Thevenin's theorem? I mean, accurate analysis or approximate analysis? Read the question. What they have asked. Design. They have asked design. The accurate analysis circuit, whatever we get now, that is the modified version, right? Or that is the simplified version. But actually, voltage divider bias means what? The circuit which is having R1, R2. After that, we are going to simplify it by taking, by applying Thevenin's theorem, we are going to simplify it. Right? So
Yes,
here
sir.
in this case, we are supposed to find R1, R2 or RT.
R1, R2, sir.
Any others? Any other answer? In this question, whether we need to find out R1, R2 or RT.
R1.
R1, R2 only you should find, because RT is the Thevenin version of R1, R2. The parallel combination or effective resistance of R1, R2 is RT. Okay, so we are supposed to find R1, R2 here. So to find R1, R2, we are supposed to apply the voltage divider rule. So to apply voltage divider rule, we need obviously VB value. So first find out VB value. So how do we find out VB value? VBE is equal to VB minus VE. So rearrange it. VB is equal to VBE plus VE. So it is 0.7 plus VE. How much we have got? 7, right? How much? 3. How much we got VE?
1.5, sir.
1.5. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. 1.5. 10% of VCC. Correct. So it is 2.2 volt VB. Now applying the voltage divider rule. VB is equal to VCC into R2 by R1 plus R2. So now this implies R2 by R1 plus R2 is equal to VB by VCC. So VB is our 2.2 volt divided by 15. So I can take the inverse of this. Right? R1 plus R2 by R2 is equal to 15 divided by 2.2. And again, it can be taken as R1 by R2 plus 1 is equal to, how much you'll get 15 by 2.2?
6.81.
6.81.
Okay, 6.81. So this implies shifting this here, we get R1, R2 is equal to 5.81. And again, this implies R1 is 5.81 times R2. Right? Now, so but both are unknowns in this case. Do we have any other method to find this unknown values?
Sir, R2 we can find out by this condition 1 plus beta into RE greater than or equals to
Very good, very good, very good. That is the correct answer. So we can use that condition here. So it is, we are having, we can simplify that condition as R2 less than or equal to beta RE by 10. The same condition, or we want 1 plus beta RE is greater than or equal to 10 times R2. This is the condition we are having. This condition we have just modified like this by taking 1 plus beta is almost equal to beta. So now substitute this R2 less than or equal to beta 150 into 300 divided by 10. So R2 is less than or equal to how much? 45, 4.5 kilo ohm.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So whenever we get like this 4.5 kilo ohm, the nearest value we can take, nearest standard value we have to take. See, this indicates R2 cannot be greater than 4.5, but it can be less than that. So the nearest standard value is 3.9 kilo ohm. Suppose if you cannot remember, how can I remember that many number of standard values? You can just take lesser than that. You can take 4.24 kilo ohm. Suppose if you cannot remember the standard values, okay, 4.5 kilo ohm means you can take lesser than that. 4.2 kilo ohm or 4 kilo ohm you can take, but not more than that. So now you got R2 value. So R2 equal to 3.9 kilo ohm. So you have chosen standard value. Standard value means which is available in the market. Some standard resistance values which are available. Now what is R1 now? R2 we found. That is 5.81 into 3.9 kilo ohm. Is it 22.69?
Yes, sir.
22.6.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. 22.
0.69 kilo ohm. So this is about this kind of problem. There is a few more problems like this. So we'll solve them in the afternoon class.